Hello, everybody, and warm welcome to my channel, Tarot by Izabela. I am very happy to see you here, and I hope you're all doing great, even if we live in a bit turbulent and crazy times for the moment. Today's video will be a prediction for the month of February 2026. And to do this video, as usual, I'm going to use my crystal ball, tarot cards, oracle cards, and dice. But before we begin, I must thank you all, you wonderful viewers, for all of your support to this channel. And without your help, your comments, your sharing and caring, everything that you do, it will be quite difficult to continue. So I'm very, very, very grateful. And it gives really a lot of inspiration and strength, and it pushes me forward to do another video and another and another. And hopefully, this year will be the year that we will finally see some disclosure, some big happenings, and some evidence that we are going in hardcore evidence, because evidence we see it a little bit here and there all the time, but some hardcore evidence that we are going into the new world, not new world order, but the new world that is beneficial for all life on this planet. Okay. I also have to mention that there are a channel on YouTube that steals my videos and pretends to be me. They call themselves Tarot by Izabela Podcast, and this is a scam channel. Please remember, I only have this channel. I don't have any other channels on YouTube. The other one is a scam channel. I cannot say what they can do to the viewers or in which way they try to scam you. But that one is not my channel. My channel is Tarot by Izabela 209. That is the ID for this channel. And please be careful out there. As I said, this one is the only channel I have, no others. I have reported this channel many times to YouTube. Hopefully they're going to do something about it. But as for now, they are still popping up the scam channels. So remember, I only have this one. Yeah, what's more? Well, I have to mention that my dear friend Gary, he has finally begun to listen to my nagging about putting subtitles into his videos. So in his latest videos, he has done that extra effort to put subtitles in many languages. So for all of you viewers that would like to watch his videos with subtitle in your language, I can recommend to check his channel out, Alternative Interactions. And the link to Gary's channel, you will find it down in the description. And even if Gary and I, we may not always agree on everything, how things are or will be, we still respect each other's views and perception on what it could be or what have been. At the end, as many of you know, we really don't know for sure anything, since we have been fooled and deceived for so many thousands of years of our true origin and our history, true history. But hopefully soon that will come to that deception will come to an end, and we will know for sure how our world look like and where we come from and where we are going. Well, and enough about that. What about today's video? Yeah, first I'm gonna look into my crystal ball, and after that I'm gonna take some cards to see if the crystal ball and the cards have something to say about the month of February 2026. And time frames are very difficult to predict on, so this is only an approximate. Things may occur later, could be weeks, months, even a year or two. But regarding dates, sometimes when I predict about a date, it could be in that date that those things that I see is beginning to prepare to unfold. And the real unfolding and the real outcome of certain events may occur later than on that date that is predicted. But no, enough talking. Let's start this reading. First, I need to concentrate for a few moments on my crystal ball, and soon we'll start. Just give me a few moments and we'll see what this crystal ball have to say to all of us today. For the month of February 2026. Glasses on, and let's see what we can find. February will be a month that will be there will be a lot of focus on the USA, and finally the mainstream media will also focus on what's going on in the country of Iran. Layers after layers of lies will begin to be taken off, and we will be able in the month of February to see a lot of revelations regarding fraud and even more fraud in the USA, but also that will spread a little bit for many countries in Europe. And a lot of fraud regarding elections in the USA, especially 2020 election and elections before that, will begin to be pointed out and evidence will begin to be shown. And this is quite serious because the globalists have had their fingers, have had their puppets put in places almost every country just to be able to push their agenda. And their agenda is beginning to crumble, and the truth will begin to emerge more and more in the month of February, when layer after layer is peeled. I must say, the final result for the people of Iran is that they will be liberated from that dictatorship, religious dictatorship. And I cannot say that that will for certain happen in February, but the fight is not over, the war is not over. The end result will be a liberated Iran. The regime will use many dirty tricks to try to put the blame on other countries, but all this will be revealed, and the end result will be a liberated Iran. I cannot see if that will happen in February. Could be a little bit later, but that is where they are heading. In the north of Poland, could be some outbreak due to some contaminated water in the north of Poland. And I can highly recommend people to boil the water or have very good water filters that takes away bugs and bacteria and all kind of nasty stuff as much as possible, because there is some nasty thing being put in the water in the northern Poland. And really, any tap water from any country is not clean. We should be careful what we drink, and we should invest if that's a possibility, or is a couple of people, families could come together to invest in some very good water filters that can purify the water for many families, at least the drinking water. Mm. And I see, uh, well, many of you know that our weather has been engineered, and a lot of time crazy weather is due to special weather modification machine equipments, and that has been in use for a long time, and they will try to use that again in the month of February, because I see some strange weather patterns, some strange very strong winds and very cold air coming down, but like in patches over USA, Europe, and other places. Not like the whole area, no, patches. Very, very strange. And a big outbreak on the sun is some kind of solar storm, solar flare, something big. And that will also interfere with electronics and communications on Earth. So some kind of strange behavior in the sun could be noticed in the month of February. Mm. Some fighting with Mexico will happen. Um, Looks like the cartels are not giving up, and they will try to fight back the USA. Some disturbance on that border, but yeah, it will be dealt with. In the month of February, there will be a lot of talk in the USA about the Insurrection Act, if it should be put in use or not. There is a big risk or chance, it depends on how people see it, that it will be put in action. Mm. A lot of fraud. Mm. A lot of fraud. Many politicians are going try to escape the United States, but there will be international arrest orders on them. They will not go so far. Mm. And February main focus will be on the USA, Iran, and on some very strange UFO activity, because I see here some kind of spacecraft hovering over a city on a very uh, low altitude. Mm. And that will be recorded by many people, and yeah, they cannot, and it's not a blue beam. This one feels very real. So it's not like a Bluebeam project. A big human trafficking ring will be exposed in the Northern Europe, and that it will be involved Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. Mm. And connections will go to Ukraine and some Baltic states. And it's quite horrible what is going on here, this trafficking ring. And it seems like it will be exposed and could be quite shocking for many. Some unrest in Romania, because Romania have also been one of those countries that has suffered due to election fraud. They elected their leader, but EU didn't agree, so they put someone else there. And all this kind of election fraud will begin to be highlighted a lot in the month of February, not only in the USA but also in other countries. And it could be a period of unrest in the Romania. People will not like that and will get some new strength for demonstration and manifestations. And in Germany, I see a couple of cities again out blackouts, power outages. This city dark, that's dark, that dark. It's like on off in different cities. Yeah, but it will not last long. But still, it will be very uncomfortable and quite scary. In the UK, there could be some train derailment, something, a couple of wagons involved, some strange person on that train. I see someone pulling emergency brakes. I cannot say if there are any people hurt. Some will be hurt, but could have been much worse than it will be. And when we are in the UK, I see a big fire in London. A couple of big houses involved. The feeling I get here with those houses or the buildings, not houses, buildings, it's like damage control, or they want to get rid of a lot of evidence. That's why those fires starts. Mm. Yeah, and well, I see the silver price will rise to around $1,170 for an ounce silver or a silver coin in the month of February. And well, that is a sign that the banking system is crashing, and we need the old system to be gone, so a new fair system based on true assets can be put in place, not debt and fraud and theft. Let's see if I can see something more here. No, not really. Well, now let's take some cards to see if the cards have something more to say. For the month of February 2026. Oops. And finally, some dice. Well, that was blank. I need another one. And the cards and dice, they look like this. In the tarot cards, we have Four of Swords, the Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune, King of Swords, and Three of Swords. On the Oracle cards, we have a man on a chair. Crown, honor and respect will come to you. Let go. Torch, spiritual development, enlightenment, awareness, and understanding. And theft. On the dice, we have Robin Hood, feeling, flying, and an airplane. And a big person looking down at a small person. And like a temple or government building. Hmm? According to the cards, it looks like the people are really looking for some kind of Robin Hood figure, someone that could help them overcome their problems. And I don't think it will be one person, it could be many persons that will take the role as a symbolic Robin Hood person, and taking from the rich, giving to the poor. And taking from the rich and giving to the poor, it's not stealing from the rich, because the rich has been stealing from the poor during a long, long time. And we are reaching a period when that comes to a halt, to a stop, when the theft from the rich man, the government, the establishments, the religions will not be allowed. That will be stopped. The globalists will not be able to continue to steal from the people. So the month of February, I'm not saying that will come to a halt, but it's where we are going. But the theft from the people will be more up in the open. How they have been stealing, where and from who, and in what way. And there we have Torch, so we'll be enlightened about the theft. And they have always been looking down at normal people because they thought they were above everyone, but that's not the case. There could be, in certain places, military will have to step in to help the little person, those that have not the strength or the possibilities to fight back. Some places the military will be activated for the innocent, for the normal person. Yeah. Mm. And we have flying in a plane. There will be in the air, it could look like a big accident or something very horrible happening to a big airplane. But that plane will have, or the pilot will be able to avoid a very big disaster. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, something like a miracle will happen in the last second that will make that plane be able to land and with as little damage as possible. Even if all of us will have the feeling that, oh my God, nothing is happening, nothing is happening. When will this end? We want an end of this movie. It's not funny anymore. It's dragging on. But somehow in the month of February, feeling of calm could come over majority people, in a knowing that everything will be fine. It just give it some more time. And I get the feeling here like half of February will go quite slow, but then the other half will like bang, 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 one thing after another, one thing after another, a lot of action, a lot of happenings from the middle of February to the end. Yeah, and people will see military being placed out in many places, many big cities. Not even military, some good ones, not like the one, yeah, who was shooting down um, people on the street in Iran. Thousands and thousands. Sorry if I mention it, but I have a couple of neighbors from Iran, and they were really, really sad. A lot of their relatives have been killed in those protests. Yeah. Anyway, now I'm gonna take some last cards for prediction for February. Oops. To see if there are any last words to be said. I will not draw an extra winner this month for a personal reading because February will be a very, very busy month for me. Many projects, many things going on, and a lot of videos to record with different people, very interesting videos. So the month of February, unfortunately, I will have to pass this extra winner for personal reading. And hopefully I will be able to do that in March, but February will be very, very busy for me. So sorry, I will not draw one extra winner for a personal reading with me. Yeah. Now, some last words for this prediction for February 2026. Wants to come. Let's take that. And some dice. Okay, the last cards, they look like this. In the last cards, we have Two of Swords, Ace of Cups, Seven of Swords. On the Oracle cards, we have Great Fortune, Desert Island, and Whips. On the dice, we have a fairy, a head of a tiger, and an alarm clock ringing. About that famous island, Epstein Island. It looks like some new revelations, some new information will come out about that island. We have whips and alarm clock and Seven of Swords. So there could be some punishment finally coming for those who had visited that island and done very evil things. Overall, a lot of people will be feeling confused. What to believe of, left or right, or in the middle? What is going on? And we will be bombarded with a lot of news. And mainstream media will really make fool out of themselves by putting out fake news, real fake news, obvious fake news. It cannot be even questioned that it's fake news. And punishment will come. They will have to lose their faces in air, on air. Uh, well, could be quite funny. I could say so, yeah. And here we have the whips. Yeah. So punishment is beginning to be seen in the month of February. Punishment for evil deeds, evil actions. And we need to see that those very, very hardcore criminals finally will receive what they ask for. Or, yeah, receive some whips on their backs. Mm. What I also get here could be that some new island will begin to emerge from below the ocean. Some new land masses, some volcanic activity, or just that it begins to rise in the month of February. But it will be a very interesting month indeed. And as I said earlier, things can happen behind the scenes. We are not always being enlightened in what is going on. A lot of things are happening, and the mainstream media is not the best place to really find out what is going on, since they normally twist and turn news into what they want to be. Mm. And they do the globalists' bidding for so far, but not for so long. Mm. And we're gonna see them really, really have to uh, eat what they baked. Yeah, I can express it that way. Well, that was my reading, my prediction for February 2026. And to all of you wonderful viewers out there, I want to thank you so much for watching. Take care, stay calm, do not panic, because things will get quite heated up this year. Every month it's just gonna rise, the heat's gonna rise. And we need to stay calm and focused and not to be carried away with emotions, because it will be like an emotion war on us. Mm. And yeah, big things are happening this year, that is for sure. Well, take care out there. Try to help each other, your neighbor, your family, your friends. Stay together, stick together, and we will pass over this bump before we can reach uh, the new wonderful world that we are waiting for. And to all of you, thanks again for watching, and hopefully we're gonna see each other soon. Bye bye.